the dragon. Rampage. You are unstoppable. Victory. Yes.
Hi, I'm Dr. Andrew. I have more than 18 years in the education industry as a student counselor, giving advice to more than 2,000 students and parents on 35 years. 5 advice for whoever who wants to succeed. Learn as many types of skills as possible. Technical skill, vocational skill, art skill, soft skill, any type of skill. Learn self-branding. Learn how to market yourself. That's very important. Always be open-minded to new ideas. Meet new friends, because everyone has different idea. Who knows, you might get some idea, right? Never stop learning, keep on learning, because people will evolve. Want to know more? Join us at
Welcome to Wild Rift. The enemy team has slain the dragon. Rampage. You are unstoppable. Victory. Yes.
Ayo, what's up guys? Welcome back to the Challenger Odyssey. The day of 16th of March, we're finally here. It is the grand finals now for this League of Legends Wild Rift tournament. My name is Victor KaxX and joining me here is Leoric PH, and I've only got one question right now.
Yes.
To be or not to be? That is a question. Oh well. Kudos, Spidey. You've been a really good friend for us throughout the stream here. And speaking of friends, like, thank you all so much for everyone who's been joining us in this stream here. I can see a lot of excitement, especially after that comeback game there for 𝐓𝐵𝐵. Really caught both of us by surprise and really just puts 𝐓𝐵𝐵 right now as kind of like the favorites inside this grand finals. But they're going to be going up against the absolute titans that are Western G, which I actually just found out they actually are from Indonesia. So it's in Indonesia versus Philippines grand final right now.
All right, that's very interesting to see. I thought they were a Philippine team also, but yeah, this is going to be adding to the drama. It's going to be Indonesia versus Philippines this evening, so that's something to look at right now.
Oh yeah, I am really excited because we know that from experience that Indonesia is one of the strongest teams when it comes, strongest regions when it comes to mobile MOBA. So it's great to see that we're seeing some representation from our neighbors just across the pond. So kudos to Western G because their performance so far in the brackets have been so impressive that I really was looking forward to this moment right here because I know they have the flexibility in order to fight it out in the 3-round series. So the question though is 𝐓𝐵𝐵's comeback just a fluke, or is it really a proof that they know exactly how to come back from really terrible situations? I guess we're gonna have to find that out really soon. But before we do that, a little bit of housekeeping out of the way because we'd like to let you guys know that the Challenger Odyssey is brought to you by IRL Asia. They are a multi-tainment channel that celebrates not just gaming but also does music, education, live shows, and so much more. So check them out at www.irl.asia because besides today's Challenger Odyssey, there are still going to be Wild Rift tournaments going on throughout this week. So you can sign up right now if you go and hop onto their website. That is at www.irl.asia. Partnering with them for this tournament is 𝐔𝐸. They are a tenant management company specializing in providing top-notch and quality rooms for their tenants. And what that means is that if you are looking for a space just to do your projects, or even like a place to set up your gaming house, or even just a place where you have to hang out and chill with your friends, 𝐔𝐸 just might be the right service for you because they got facilities all over in Subang, Sunway, and Johor Bahru. So you can go ahead and hit them up if you're looking for a space for your next big project. In any case, speaking of spaces, this event is sponsored by Inch Theory. They are a design and building company which will help you not only redecorate your house but also help you execute your vision. So go ahead and check them out at Inch Theory. And the co-sponsoring this tournament is Fengcha. They are a fruit tea franchise in Malaysia here. In fact, I've got a bottle of their fruit tea right here. So if you'd like to check them out, they have franchises all over Malaysia. If you happen to be in Sunway Nadayu, you should go ahead and check them out because they're right here in Sunway Nadayu number 28. And last but not least, the last co-sponsor here is KaxX. They're a one-stop payment solution for chat commerce, and this allows you to set up with your customers if you're running a business using chat messaging. KaxX will be able to help you set up reoccurring charges for your favorite customers there. So go ahead and check out all the sponsors here. With that out of the way, we're coming into the grand finals, man. I mean, I'm hyped. I don't know about you though.
I am hyped, but I will cut the party short first, all right? Please give me 5 minutes. I need to restart my PC. Everything is lagging right now. My PC has been on since the morning, so I forgot to restart before we started live. I'm gonna ask for 3 minutes. I'll just restart my PC, man.
Okay, so let's go ahead and jump into stats while we wait for Leoric to rejoin us in. So, what's the stats, or is it the brackets actually? Yeah, brackets. So let's go ahead, jump into the brackets here while Leoric, you go ahead and deal with your stuff. We'll see you later on. So just remind you guys that this has been a single elimination tournament. We started from 32 teams and we filtered it down to the top 16 and then to the top 8. And finally, we did see them filter down to the top 4. So it was best of ones all the way through up here to the semifinals. Then this is where Western G managed to beat Yappy and friends, and 𝐓𝐵𝐵 managed to win a a significant comeback here against Synergy Esports to secure the slot here in the grand finals. So those are your top two teams. Western G, of course, they are from Indonesia, and 𝐴𝐴𝐵𝐴 are from the Philippines. So this is going to be a very, very spicy little battle here, I think, for you guys at home. And speaking of which, like, if you guys are supporters of these teams here, do shout them out in the comments here. I want to see who is supporting the side of Western G and who is supporting 𝐴𝐵𝐴, because I bet these teams will need all the support they can get, because this is going to be a very brutal 3-round series here. So yeah, that is going to be our championship game for this day of 16th of March. We still have more tournaments coming up for you later on this week. So don't forget to drop on to www.irl.asia, because that's where you can start registering for the tournaments. In fact, there are still slots available for the next 3 days. So you will happen to be a Wild Rift player, better go ahead and start looking for a team, because this is an opportunity for you to get a cut of that 172 ringgit prize pool. In fact, what both of these teams here are fighting for here is not necessarily for money, because they're both already guaranteed at least 48 ringgit. Right now, the question is who's going to be going home with the biggest cut of that pie at 88 ringgit. Is it going to be Western G? Is it going to be 𝐴𝐵𝐴? The first team to win 2 rounds in the series here will take it all. So I'm not sure if Leoric is back. Do holler out if you are here, man. Hey, welcome back, man.
I don't want to miss any part of the fight that's going to be happening this point on, and so I don't want our live to be lagging. So
alright,
somehow it's still lagging on my end. I don't know what the problem is. I think everything should be okay at this point.
I hope so. I mean, right now you're coming in kind of like nice and clean for me, so hopefully, you know, we'll be able to give you guys a good show, because that's all we want here, right? Here at IRL Asia, we want to see good games, good plays, and good shows. So let me read for you what the bans are right now, because they're already starting their drafting. Western G has decided to ban out Olaf and 𝐸𝐴𝐵𝐴. Was 𝐴𝐵𝐴, they banned out the 𝐷𝐢𝐷𝐿𝐼 and the 𝐷𝐿𝐼.
𝐔𝐠. All right, so Orianna is banned, right?
No, she's available.
No, 𝐸𝐴𝐵𝐴 and
𝐸𝐴𝐵𝐴 and
right?
Olaf. 𝐸𝐴𝐵𝐴, Olaf, 𝐷𝐢𝐷𝐼, 𝐷𝐿𝐼.
All right. So Orianna is gonna be available. I think Orianna is gonna be the first pick right here. Definitely, Orianna is always a safe pick, because whatever your team lineup is, her skills just really synergize with the team fight. So Orianna, that's how strong Orianna is right now in the in the meta. So I guess Orianna is gonna push through here. 𝐷𝐿𝐼 is not gonna be available, so I think we're gonna have a pretty safe early game for game number 1 right here.
Unless like one of these teams decide to go like full send and try to go for an unusual lineup, but then again, in the best of 3 series, and especially having made it this far, you know, I don't think any of these teams want to risk it all just for what, 40 ringgit worth at this point. So yeah, I mean, yeah, but I mean, one thing though I had to point out as well, kind of sad news for those in the chat here have been calling on the teams here to ban Janna. I think Janna has certainly put a really big impact in that last round there. Nevertheless, let's go ahead and jump into the picks now. Let's go ahead and see what lineup will Western G and 𝐴𝐵𝐴 bring to the table as we get into the picks right after these bans. So let's go ahead and see. So you're already predicting Orianna first pick. Kapit Biro still thinking about whether or not he should go for it. I mean, they do have first pick here on the Western G side, so the ball's in their court, as they say.
It's gonna be very risky if they give the Orianna out to the opposing side. 𝐴𝐵𝐴 or no, they're gonna go for 𝐵𝐼. I think that's first. Oh, 𝐷𝐼 is banned. Okay. Yeah. Orianna. Alright, so I think Orianna's not gonna be available. It's not gonna be picked in this game.
Yeah.
Alright, there you go. They're gonna go for Orianna, the last pick. They're hovering over the Orianna already. I don't know why the 𝐵𝐼 was picked first. Maybe they have a plan that can surprise us later on. But I want to see why they got this 𝐵𝐼 as their first pick for this game.
Yeah, it's really interesting. Like the fact they decided to go for that Orianna last pick. So I guess they kind of want to see what 𝐓𝐴REPA will kind of like pick in response here to the Vi and the 𝐸⁻ and the Yasuo that's just been picked up here from Western G, I think. But conversely, 𝐓𝐴REPA, they're going with Wukong, Aurelion Sol, Ezreal. That actually looks like a pretty nice lineup for the end, I think.
Yeah. So far so good. I like the lineup right here. Aurelion Sol, Ezreal. They're gonna go for the Darius Baron laner, who's lacking right here. Their support's not yet available. Alistar could be a good pick right here, or a Braum, definitely. But Braum is gonna be taken by the Orianna combo. I like that. Braum can do the setup for them. Vi can go in. Yasuo, I see the combo now. Vi can go for the backlines and knock up the enemy, and then Yasuo can juggle the enemy at the backlines. Braum can come on top and gets put in an additional layer of CC with the ultimate of Braum, and the Orianna shockwave on top of all that is gonna be trouble for red side. So let's see. Yeah, their Janna is gonna be the support right here. They don't want that to happen. Everything that I just mentioned earlier is just countered with just one ultimate, and that's the power of Janna, and that's why we should see Janna nerf.
you're already joining the call there together with everyone in the chat here. So, well, that's the thing. Like, the Janna has been such a good selection here from 𝐓𝐴REPA since that last round, because especially whoever was actually playing Janna in the game did so well to stay out of trouble. Didn't even concede a single death there to the enemy team, and that was really crucial in 𝐓𝐴REPA being able to set up their comeback in the semifinals. So I guess for 𝐓𝐴REPA's case, you know, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Just go ahead and pick the Janna. Your Janna was wide open. It was ready for them to go ahead and select it. So, well, I guess it's going to be interesting to see how Western G will perform in this first round here against 𝐓𝐴REPA, because we know that 𝐓𝐴REPA will not give up so easily, even if they are losing in that early game, and that's pretty much what I love to see. In any case, now enough talk. We're going to be jumping into our first round now. Western G versus 𝐓𝐴REPA is a go. Here we go. Grand finals time, boys.
All right, game number 1, ladies and gentlemen, and it is gonna be a fight already. Janna, very quick with her reflexes right there. Sees 5 champions right there. I don't want a piece of that ball, and flashes right away. And that was a good move right there by the Janna. Janna is pretty safe after that one, and that is gonna be it for that aggression.
So right now, getting back into the usual places, we've got the Braum, the Vi, and the 𝐸⁻ just going to be going dual lane here, actually. The 𝐸⁻ together with the Braum. So, interesting. Oh, right. Okay, makes sense, because Yasuo is going to be top laning here, so that makes sense. So, Orianna now is going to be laning in the mid. We do have the Wukong on the 𝐓𝐴REPA side. I really want to see whether or not Vanity is going to be able to perform much better than he did the previous round, because I feel part of the reason why they had so much trouble is because the Wukong couldn't quite come online fast enough early on. Really wasn't a factor in some of those early fights.
All right, good pulse right now by this 𝐸⁻, dealing so much damage on 𝐹𝑜SS. 𝐹𝑜SS has already lost 1/3 of his HP because of that, and that can be something here in this fight. Let's see how this develops later on in the game. In the mid, pretty even trade right here from ByunB and 𝐓𝐴REPA's Aurelion Sol Musketeer.
So yeah, Vi in the meantime looks like she's going to be going for a little bit of invade there. Oh right, I think she's sticking to the River Scuttle. So yeah, just go ahead, get that out of the way first. I mean, a little bit of a buff, like and Yasuo also going to be joining in a little bit, but too late to actually catch any glimpse.
Aurelion Sol at the bottom.
Oh yeah, he's actually moving in together with the Wukong as well. A bit fight might be breaking out in the bottom lane. They all gathered up here for the feast, but there's no food coming their way, unfortunately. Western G peeled back into the turret, so they want to try to force 𝐓𝐴REPA to try to fight them under the cover of the turret here if they really want to try to commit to this gang. Unfortunately for Western G though, both the Braum and the 𝐸⁻ took quite a lot of damage, so the thing is that they have to be very, very careful in how to maneuver from here on out, because Western G will be sniffing an opportunity here to try to get an early first blood if if Western G isn't too careful.
All right, at the top it is Yasuo who's winning the trades at the top. That's not surprising at all, but Darius is going to be freezing the lane. That's going to be a very wise decision right here. There's going to be a rotation by Orianna at the bottom, but they will get nothing out of this rotation. Wukong is going to be pinging for a rotation right there. They are going to spot the Orianna, but oh no, 𝐴uRELION right there at the top is in trouble, and that is going to be Orianna digging in the damage into 𝐴uRELION, and first blood goes to the Orianna, goes to Western G. Well played.
Yeah, I think they definitely spotted out the 𝐴uRELION, and that's crucial because now Wukong has not much support here. If he wants to try to commit to his gang, he's still going to be evading the jungle anyway though, so the Vi is still going to have to stick around here. Hopefully try to keep this lane pushed out.
Yeah. The 𝐴uRELION right there wanted to really punish the Orianna rotation, but a good position by the Vi right there. Oops. Hold that thought. There's going to be a fight here. And are they going to be able to even things out? Yes, they do. 𝐴uRELION gets the kill on the Orianna, and that is 1-1 on the board. Yasuo is here to take something in return, but yeah, they are going to be getting the Wukong also that fight. I didn't see that Wukong take right there, but Wukong does go down 2-1 on the board. It's a 1k gold lead onto the blue side.
Yeah, so far it's nothing drastic at the moment. I would say this is semi-normal kind of like laning phase for both of these teams, but really with the Drake starting to come up now, this could be the cue for a big team fight between both of these guys. So the Yasuo is already in position here. Oh, sorry, he's actually rushing now to try to get out to the ocean. Drake has just spawned up. 𝐴uREPA though is keeping their distance somewhat because they are waiting to see if Western G will try to go onto that Drake early on, but I think crucially for them as well, they want to watch out where exactly that Yasuo, that Orianna will be moving, because they certainly want to be able to counteract any movements from both of those heroes here. But in the meantime though, that Drake still looks pretty safe in his own pit for now until Western G starts to roll in. They're going to be initiating onto the Drake. What will 𝐴uREPA try to do in response? They are in position to try to counteract this. They jump in straight, try to get some stuns, try to get some damage done. Can they get the kills done though? The thing is that they've already picked up the Ocean Drake on the Western G side, so they can definitely try to transition this into some more kills. They've already picked up 2 people off of 𝐴uREPA side. Now they're trying to go and find some more. They still have a lot to offer here, but 𝐴uREPA just not taking any at all. Unfortunately, they're going to have to pull back, having taken so much damage, and unfortunately failed to contest this this Ocean Drake.
All right, that was Western G 2-1 exchange. Western G takes the fight and takes the Drake with them. 5 minutes in this game. Next target is going to be that Rift Herald right there. That is where the party is going to be, and both teams know what the address is. We should see champions start to clump up at that area. A little reset right here from the 𝐴uRELION, so that is very wise. 𝐴uRELION could come in with the 3rd skill and the big stun as for that rotation. Janna's gonna be spotted right here by that Vi, but no fight whatsoever. That was a very big fight by Western G earlier with the Drake. Are they gonna be able to replicate the results here in this Rift Herald or red team? Or are they gonna be giving out the Rift Herald to the blue side? I think they're gonna go for this push at the top. Top turret is already taking a pounding right here. Vi is gonna go in, try to defend this, but Vi will have to back away. So many red champions right there. Vi with the ultimate right there will hit the Israel right there, but Vi will survive and find the next hit right there. But the first turret of the game did go to the red side. That is something 𝐴uREPA will want to take, and they are back into this game. When it comes to gold lead, we have basically almost a tie right here. 1k gold, only 1k gold lead onto the blue side. But with this Drake, let's see, it's getting tensionated right here.
Very, very tense here. And yeah, this is the thing, 𝐴uREPA is always so good at keeping things balanced, right? So Western G will pick up the Rift Herald. Now they're going to try to strike onto 𝐴uREPA, who came a little bit too late, but they are still able to keep the distance somewhat. Though now it's going to be focused squarely onto 𝐓𝐸𝐴𝐻. He is going to be able to heal back though, so the thing is that Western G, they managed to take the Rift Herald, but didn't manage to get any extra kills as a result of that. So very well done, I think, from 𝐴uREPA's part not to try to overextend into that fight, given that Rift Herald was taken so quickly there. So Western G now, they can afford to peel back a little bit, try to regroup, and hopefully get some of these lanes pushed up, because already having lost that first tier turret, they really need to try to trade for a turret here now that we're already entering the 7-minute mark.
Yeah, good decision right there by 𝐲𝐿𝐴 not going for any clash for the Rift Herald. It's not really worth it, especially that they already got the first turret of the game. So that Rift Herald most probably will just be used to take the second dragon of the game, which is quite far already still at the timer. So good decision by 𝐲𝐴. They did not lose anyone at that point, and they just peeled off, and they get to live to fight another day.
Yeah, calculated moves have to be done very well here by 𝐲𝐴 if they want to be able to counteract, knowing how aggressive 𝐓𝐿 can be when they're handed advantage there. 𝐲𝐴 doesn't want the situation to get too out of control before they enter the late game stage. In the meantime though, a lot more attention being paid to the bottom lane here. That tier 1 turret on the red side looks a little bit unhealthy at the moment, and 𝐓𝐿 feels like they have a chance to try to knock it down. The thing is that 𝐲𝐴 are stacking the Wukong, and oh, actually they're all recalling back here, so they're just going to momentarily move into the fountain, get themselves up to speed here, because the next Drake is coming up on that bottom river. So another fight could be breaking out between these two, just on cue like that. 𝐓𝐿 will be sending out the Rift Herald through the middle here, and that's going to be them now trying to get some control over the bottom side river. 𝐲𝐴 now gathered in the mid. They know that the Rift Herald is coming, so they have to make a decision. Do we want to jump onto 𝐓𝐿 and prevent them taking Drake, or do we want to defend this tier 1 turret in the mid, because that Rift Herald is already right up against it. It's already starting to wear down that turret, but it looks like 𝐲𝐴 decides to go for the jump onto the Drake. They didn't quite get it though, unfortunately. 𝐓𝐿 will still be able to peel off. They unfortunately lose Beyond B in that fight, but the thing is 𝐲𝐴 still having the 5-man stack available here. They are still able to move in, transition this into a bottom push. Perhaps this tier 1 turret will be taken down as well, and that's going to further add to 𝐓𝐿's woes.
Alright, 1 turret each on that push. Mid turret of the red side was taken also. Good job by 𝐲𝐴 going for that exchange. But somehow 𝐲𝐴 is doing a good job right here in this fight. They didn't lose anyone in that clash, and they got a turret out of it. 𝐲𝐴 was able to balance things out, so good recovery by the 𝐲𝐴 right there. But so far, this is still anybody's game at this point of the game. 4-3 on the board, only a 3K gold lead on the blue side. This is still something that red team can still recover from. Let's see how they are going to be doing that at this point on.
Yeah, I mean, crucially, I think for 𝐲𝐴, they just want to be able to buy enough time here before, so that like all of their heroes can get themselves fully up online. With the exception of Wukong right now, we only got 3 heroes on level 10 here, whereas like 𝐓𝐿 have already got 10, 11, 11, and 10 on their end. So in terms of that strength, like 𝐓𝐿 seems to be a little bit ahead, but at least 𝐲𝐴 is doing well here to, if not winning the fights right off the bat, at least they're trading objectives here and making sure that 𝐓𝐿 doesn't really have the space here necessarily to just control their side of the river. So in any case, right now, I think the Baron has already been spawned here, but they're not really thinking about going for that quite yet, because they still want to try to get some of these lanes pushed out, particularly that bottom tier 1 turret. It's just been a thorn, I think, in 𝐓𝐿's side. So finally, the Corki will be able to push it down, so there's not going to be any support for the next Drake that will be coming up in the bottom river here, and that could be the cue right now for 𝐓𝐿 to start pushing out some of these lanes here, because they need to try to find a way to divert some of the attention here for 𝐲�, because they're so focused on keeping this mid lane here defended that it really is making it hard for 𝐓𝐿 to think about going for any sort of like initiations. But his thing though, Yasuo is going to be spotted at the top here. Wukong's going to jump straight onto him. The thing is that the 𝐂𝐬𝐢𝐴m is around. They're going to be able to get the jump on him. Tries to get the kill, but 𝐻𝑆V is going to be able to pull off, but still that is going to be a nice little jump there to take down the Yasuo, take down one here from 𝐲𝐴, and that's going to be the cue now for 𝐓𝐿 to go for the Baron. Now 𝐲𝐴 still has 3 members around here. They're thinking about trying to contest this, but the thing is the man advantage is simply not on their side. So Baron's going to get worn down very, very quickly here, and unfortunately 𝐲𝐴 not able to get the steal at all, and 𝐓𝐿 peels back. They don't want to engage into a fight quite yet.
Yeah, man. They saw the Wukong die, and that was a signal really to take the Baron. Without Wukong, it's going to be very challenging for the red side to really... Oh, hold up thought. There's going to be a fight right here.
Oh, boy.
Aurelion Sol is going to be spotted. He is going to be chased right there. The slow is going to connect. And Aurelion Sol is going to be sliced down by these champion right here. And that is Aurelion Sol down. The Wukong was down during that Baron take, and it was very challenging for Arepa to really contest for that Baron take. And without the smite of the Wukong, it was pretty much a sure Baron for the red side. Aurelion Sol did send the ultimate to try to last hit the Baron, but he sent it out quite early, and it is blue side Western G in the control of this game after that. All right, 4-8. That's already 9k gold lead here on
Setting
the
up.
Western G side, and that is the snowball for you. I don't think there is much at this point red team can do. They can try to stall the game and buy options later on, but look at that advantage on the blue side right now. They have no answer for this Drake take of the Western G, and they are just staying in their home.
I mean, look at the way LeBron and the Vi was just basically trying to keep Arepa zoned out from the river there, so they were in no position at all to even put up a fight in that area at this point. And with the split pushes coming with the Yasuo pushing the top, while the Corki and the Braum continues pushing for the bottom, I mean, the pressure is starting to mount onto Arepa, and I'm fearing that the pressure might be a little bit too great now that they've already lost another turret here. This time it's going to be middle. The top one doesn't look too healthy either, so the Yasuo pretty much should be able to take that down. And with all the turrets now being taken out for the side of Arepa, pretty much it's going to be another fight here coming on the bottom because they just found an opening. They could try to get some more, but the stun is coming through. The Braum is still able to stay in the back line, stay alive for now, but G continuing that push onto the bottom lane. The turret is looking very, very sick at the moment. I think we need to call an ambulance here because I think that turret needs a bit of heals. But in any case, Yasuo picks up a kill on the top lane here. This is looking like Western G might be able to break themselves into the base, and indeed they are starting to engage onto the Nexus. And Repa now trying to put a last ditch of effort here to defend against this, but Western G wisely keeping the distance, finishes off that last tier 3 turret, and they are going to be peeling back. They're going to try to wait for that Baron to spawn before going for the final push.
Yeah, after that one, we are looking at an 18k gold lead. I don't know if there is any way in this game you can get back from an 18k gold lead unless there's going to be a throw right here in Western G. I think this game is over already. What they can do is just try to contest the Baron at this point in time, try to at least prolong the game, and maybe they can find options later on. But right now it is looking bad, looking grim for Arepa right now. Let's see what they're going to be doing next, as in the next 10 seconds of the game the Baron is going to be spawning already.
Yeah, I think like one interesting thing I should point out is that the way Western G handled Arepa at this stage of the game is so different compared to Synergy, because straight away they've taken down so many of the turrets and kept split pushing so much that was kind of the thing that allowed Arepa, to actually come back in the semifinals, right? Because they still had tier 2 turrets in all their lanes, even up until that final bit. So that actually still gave them a chance to actually come back. But now Western G, they know that all they need to do is just make sure that Arepa has no ground game at all here in this map, and just like that they will be able to continue engaging on the Baron. It's a little bit of an attempt to try to jump here onto just another, and in fact they're going to continue to chase here. It looks like just another will get picked up. The Janna has fallen. It's over for this Janna now, and it could be over as well for another member here from Arepa, because they're losing everyone here. It's a wipeout virtually on the red side, and Western G, just like that, will take the first game in this best of 3 series.
All right, here we go. Arepa again. They tried to go for a comeback queen, but yeah, that's what I mentioned earlier, man. The comeback queens are you're pretty lucky at that point. You should avoid that. But somehow it is Western G who dominated this game. Arepa tried to come back, but they fell short in the end of the game, and that is going to be Western G taking the first W of this series. One more and they will be our champions tonight. Let's see how Arepa is going to be doing in game number 2 later, and if they can take this to a game number 3.
Yeah, so let's go ahead and check out the post-game stats here because I think it's yeah, here we go. MVP will be going to the Yasuo here on Yova, and SVP onto the Aurelion Sol. But again, Janna unfortunately didn't get out of this match unscathed. Finally, that Janna has been killed off once in this entire tournament. And let's see if there's going to be more of that to come because again, I think for a rep-up, by the time like the Baron has already been taken, I think they've already started thinking about match number 2 here, and at least for the side of Western G, I think the fact that they have both a Yasuo and a 𝐸𝐸 split pushing, that pretty much ensured that they will always be able to keep the pressure going team fight after team fight, and just like that, Repal was not able to defend most of their turrets, and that means that they had no map control at all. So very unfortunate for them, but then again, they still have another chance at this. We still have at least one more round to go, perhaps a third round if Arepa successfully makes a good comeback. But I think this is a really strong message here from Western G that Arepa shouldn't mess with too much, I think.
Yeah, definitely, man, definitely, man. So yeah, let's see. Are there gonna be replays now? Are we gonna be able to see replays, or are we gonna go directly to game number 2?
I think we should be able to get replays, but we just in a little bit though. So I think in the meantime, I want to do a little bit of warm-ups here because, you know, we're going to be going through like a 3-game series. Let's just go ahead and like even try to see if I can do some pull-ups. One. Oh, can't quite get it up to the chin. Let's try again. Oh, just barely. Oh, I'm done. I think I'm done. So yeah, hopefully we'll be able to get into the highlights. Yep, that's a cue from productions now. So I guess my pull-ups actually worked. We got replays coming in now.
All right, here we go. There is. Yeah. This is the first fight. This is the first blood of the game. There's the return kill 1-for-1, but they're gonna kill the Wukong with the Yasuo right there. So this is gonna end 2v1. There we go. And this fight right here, I want to look at the 𝐸𝐸. Look at the 𝐸𝐸 right here. He gets trapped at the back lines, but it's gonna be able to get out and deal so much damage from the side. Saw that earlier. That was basically what won them the game. 𝐸𝐸 was doing 3 hits inside, and there we go.
Yeah, I mean, that's the power of having like a good range hero, right? So that's the thing, like 𝐸𝐸 and Yasuo have been so impactful for Western G's lineup here, at least in terms of strategy, because they know that over time, Arepa would start to get a little bit stronger, and that was going to be kind of like their game plan, pretty much, like just try to wear down the opponents in these like back and forth battles. But the thing is that Western G took the initiative early on. They started pushing down turrets, split pushing constantly with a Yasuo and a 𝐸𝐸, and just made it such a high pressure situation for Arepa throughout a lot of these fights. So finally, by the time they got to this final push here, I mean, Western G basically had all the advantage in the world. Look at that. Net worth, kills, turrets, every single advantage that we could possibly have gotten, they had it by the time they got to that final push. And the Baron was simply just cherry on the cake as far as I'm concerned, because the thing was that at this point, Arepa was, they had nothing. Like I said, there's not much, there weren't any options at all, and taking Janna was just, I think that wasn't really necessary, but still, like, I think it was more about just sending a message there to Arepa.
Right. Yeah, definitely. This is the win push right here, and there wasn't any answer from Arepa at all. Their score just got nailed in 3, and they never got any frags after that.
So let's go ahead and see what the next picks will be. We're going to be jumping straight in, no breaks at all in this train, because Arepa have been banned out yet again, 𝐸𝐸, but this time they'll also be banning out 𝐷𝐸𝐿 along with that. Western G will continue the same bans, Olaf and Camille. So it seems like they just don't want to face any of those heroes here throughout this best of 3.
Yeah, the Camille is pretty annoying as a champion if you are going up against a Camille. Usually you have a plan for a 5-man push, but if Camille split pushes, that plan usually gets really destroyed. So yeah, Camille, I don't want to deal with the headache with this Camille split push, so let's just ban him ahead and let's try to take the fight to the enemy, and let's try to win this. That is the plan of Western G right now.
I mean, they're already just one step closer, right, to taking the
Yes.
champion this edition of the Challenger Odyssey. So all they need is just one really good round here, and that will just secure them the win. They're already 1 point ahead in this best of 3 series. And wrap up, they really have to find a good response here to Western G, because I think given the way that Western G had kind of like used pushing to the advantage here to prevent Arepa from having a chance to come back, this time around, Arepa needs to be able to at least have a good enough lineup here to sustain some of these pushes.
Definitely.
So we're still waiting for the next match to come up, so that's still going to be coming up in a little bit. Just want to go ahead and talk a little bit about sponsors here, because this event was brought to you by IRL Asia. They are a multi-tainment channel that does games, music, education, and so much more. Check them out at www.irl.asia, where you can actually participate in more Wild Rift tournaments just like this one, because the Challenger Odyssey is going on throughout this week. Next 3 days are still up and available for registration, so go ahead, jump onto www.irl.asia to sign up for the next edition of the Challenger Odyssey. So together with IRL, 𝐔𝐸𝐻𝐸, which is a tenant management company, is also partnered with IRL in order to bring this Challenger Odyssey to you. And in fact, with 𝐔𝐸𝐻𝐸, they specialize in providing you tenants the top-notch and quality rooms available in Subang, Sunway, and PJ. So if you're looking for a space to set up your next gaming house, or perhaps just a space to hang out with your friends or whatnot, you can actually go ahead and hit up the 𝐔𝐸𝐻𝐸s over at 𝐔𝐸𝐻𝐸. And finally, our sponsors for this tournament is Inch Theory. They are a design and building company which help you do your redesign of your dream home. And co-sponsoring this tournament is Pheng Ta and KaxX. Pheng Ta, they produce really tasty fruit teas that you should try if you're ever around the corner here in Sunway the Dayu. And for KaxX, for those people setting up their own businesses from home, maybe you want to check out the services that KaxX provide, because they are the one-stop payment solution for chat commerce, and you can use their recurring charges in order to better service your repeat customers. In any case, let's go ahead and jump into picks now, because I can't wait to see what Arepa will be bringing in response here to the Indonesian Titans of Western G. So Arepa will be starting on the blue this time, and that means they have the first pick, and straight away they go ahead and lock in that Aurelion Sol.
Aurelion Sol for the first pick. Aurelion Sol wasn't really that impactful in their game number 1 earlier. Hopefully I can see more setups from Aurelion Sol this time. Aurelion Sol really shines whenever there is an objective to be taken. Aurelion Sol goes in with a big stun, really reverses the fight for everyone, but that didn't happen in game number 1. Hopefully we can see that in game number 2. They're gonna go for the Jarvan 4 for their jungler. No, it's gonna be a Baron laner, Jarvan 4, and Amumu is gonna be the jungler right here. I don't think Jarvan 4 is gonna enjoy the Baron lane right now, because off the bat Yova is gonna respond right away with a Fiora pick right here. Nope.
Oh, no.
Nope.
Goes
all
back
right.
to Yasuo.
Yeah, so Yasuo did well for them in the earlier game, so we already know that Western G has a good Yasuo player, and Jarvan 4 is not gonna like it neither. So yeah, Alistar and Akali is gonna be mid. Nope.
No, you're gonna be thinking of Zed here?
Zed.
So many options. No, just go jump onto the Orianna. Why not? I mean, she is available in the draft. She was not banned, so
Yes. It was a very good combo for them earlier, Vi and Yasuo. Now they have Alistar. On top of that, count in Orianna's ultimate shockwave in the wombo combo. That is going to be very, very scary right here. It's interesting right here. It is going to be a Jarvan 4 support, by the way. So yeah, it's a Jarvan 4 support by Arepa right here. I've seen this work once in a tournament here in the Philippines. Jarvan 4 as a support, I'm kind of shaky about that pick right there, but let's see how they are going to be carrying it.
Interesting that like 𝐴𝐻𝐻 is just going for very niche picks here, but then again, I guess like for Western G side, they've proven that like the combination of 𝐓𝐷, 𝐸𝐴, and 𝐵AI is just very strong for their end, so they're going to continue with that same game plan going to the next round. So I just wonder is like if 𝐻𝐻's niche picks here is going to be able to help them secure a round 2 win, or are they just really trying to find some sort of stability in these fights here, because that's really what they were lacking in that first round. In any case, let's go ahead and jump into the game now, because this is game number 2 of this best of 3 series, 𝐻𝐻 versus Western G. Let's go, boys.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to game number 2 of this fight, finals fight in this series. 𝐻𝐻 is going to go up against Western G. Will Western G win this tournament already, or will 𝐻𝐻 be taking this to a game number 3? We will know in a bit. Blue side is going to be 𝐻𝐻. Red side is going to be Western G. It's a pretty safe early game for both sides. At the top, it is going to get spicy right away with the exchanges, 𝐓𝐷 and 𝐕ora. I want to look at that later in this game. Let's see who wins that 1v1 fight up top.
So 𝐴𝐻𝐻 will be jungling just as you said. Where's Orion install? Actually, every lane as per usual. 𝐵AI is going to be jungling for Western G. Meantime, in the bottom lane here, the 𝐴listair and the 𝐸𝐴 will be dual laning here up against both members of 𝐻𝐻 here in the bot lane. In the meantime, though, I think they're just settling into this what looks like to be a pretty standard laning phase at the moment. No major movements, no major ganks, just going ahead, picking up those buffs, making sure you get your wards up, and just trying to just stare down your opponents, I suppose, in your own respective lanes.
Yeah, J4 support, I want to look at that also. This is going to be interesting how the J4 support is going to be working out for Team 𝐻𝐻 right here. A Rift Scuttler at the top is going to be taken by the red team, and they're going to go for this bottom Rift Scuttler also, which is going to be very big for them if they get this. At the top, spicy things happening between 𝐓𝐷 and 𝐕ora, but no kills just yet, 2 minutes in.
Really curious to see what Jarvan 4 will be able to bring to the table, though. But then again, he is dual laning together with 𝐴zreal, and the thing is, with if the 𝐸𝐴's performance for the last round is any indication, I think J4 is going to have a lot of work on its plate here in order to try to take control over this lane. Nevertheless, things are pretty much slowing to a crawl between the two of them, because we're not really seeing much movement, except for maybe the 𝐵AI has already joined them up in the bottom lane. So they're starting to stack things up here with the junglers, because 𝐴𝐻𝐻 is also joining up with the 𝐴zreal and J4. So the 3-man push now happening in the bottom lane for Western G, but they still haven't quite found an opening here to try to go forward. The thing is, 𝐻𝐻 is taking quite a bit of damage here, trying to face off against 𝐓𝐷, so there could be a potential for 𝐓𝐷 to keep pressure going on the top lane here, and might open up some space in the bottom. But 𝐻𝐻 is going to try to jump in onto the 𝐴listair. 𝐻𝐻 is going to get focused upon. He flashes out of the way there just in time to get within the safety of his turret, but that does open up the door now for the 𝐸𝐴 to get jumped upon. In fact, they found one. 𝐻𝐻 is bringing him down all the way to a quarter of his health, but he is still able to get back up to speed because the 𝐵AI is joining in. BOB comes in as well to try to bring its gang. They manage to take the first blood onto the 𝐻𝐻 here. The Orianna now able to win this fight here in the bottom lane for Western G.
Alright, good. Oh no, they are gonna be evening things out right here. 𝐴zreal with an ultimate from way downtown, and is gonna hit bang. And that is 𝐻𝐻 evening the board right here. 1-1 on the board. Good rotation right there by the 𝐵AI earlier. Really got them the fight just when you thought blue team was already peeling away. 𝐵AI catches the 𝐴𝐻𝐻, and 𝐴𝐻𝐻 goes down with the help of the Orianna. That was the first blood, but everything is even up right now. Even the gold in this game is even. It is still anyone's game at this point. Right, 3 seconds. The first Drake of the game is going to be the Infernal Drake, and it has just spawned, and this is where things will get even spicier. Rift, right, Drake is already being taken right here. Red team wasn't expect a very early take, and that is going to be a very good take. Good decision by the blue side when red team wasn't ready yet. The Drake gets taken right under their noses. Good job, 𝐻𝐻. Well played.
I mean, the fact is, like 𝐓𝐴𝐻𝐻𝐻 getting taken out in that fight actually gave them the right kind of timing for him to get in place with the Drake just as it spawned. But now another fight is breaking out in the bottom lane. 𝐷𝐼star is gonna have to peel back because the 𝐸𝐸𝐻𝐻 has just been taken out. Aurelion Sol able to blast 𝐻𝐻𝐻𝐻 all the way back in. He's gonna try to get a Drake into just another, but unfortunately couldn't quite find the range here before Aurelion Sol puts him down for good. Now Watts XV still able to stay alive here in the top lane. The Yasuo looks like he tried to go for a little bit of maneuvers here in the river. In the meantime, bottom lane continues to have some action here. Lucas here is going to get jumped upon a Cupcake Mirror. Yunbi, the Orianna jumps in as well, but it's going to be the Vi that actually takes a kill right under the cover of that tier 1 turret. So Western G able to trade in, but 𝐴𝐵𝐴 still just ahead in terms of kills. Not if Yasuo has a last say here because he's attempting to get a jump onto Watts, but with a great, nice little heal picked up there, I think Watts is going to be able to stay alive on the top lane for just a little bit longer while the Yasuo continues to keep the pressure going.
All right, 𝐴𝐵𝐴 was already in the lead right there, but the Aurelion Sol stayed too long in the lane. He got punished because of that, and because of that, it was supposed to be a 2-0 exchange, but with Aurelion Sol dying, it was a 2-for-1. But still, it is 𝐴𝐵𝐴 who comes up on top of that fight. But the gold lead doesn't say that they're on the lead right now. We are Western G is in 1K gold lead as of the moment in this game. But first strike of the game was taken by the blue side. 𝐴𝐵𝐴 will be able to use that later on in this game. Let's see how they are going to be doing it. Anybody's game at this point. Rift Herald has just spawned right here. Blue side is here again early. Give this guy's reward for being the most punctual students right here. But there is going to be a fight happening right here. Rift Herald already taken by the blue side, and it is going to be messy right here. 𝐷𝐼star will try to run away, but no, it is going to be steak for dinner this time. 𝐷𝐼star goes down in that fight. 𝐸𝐸𝐻𝐻 is going to be next. He crashes down, and that is 𝐸𝐸𝐻𝐻 down. The Fiora does get taken in return. The chase is not done yet, and J4 is going to get the Vi. Pretty messy right here. It's a 3-4-3 exchange, but Rift Herald did go to the blue side.
Yeah, I mean, all in all, like, they are taking the trades exactly as they need to, so they're keeping things very much in balance here, but still, Western G does only have a slight advantage in terms of net worth, but I think that's really down to how much stronger the pushers are for the red team. And really, 𝐴𝐵𝐴 is just doing so well in these fights, like, not only taking initiative, but really forcing Western G to actually respond to their movements, which is actually perfect, because that way, 𝐴𝐵𝐴 maintains some level of control over what Western G is going to try to do in their lineup. Again, nothing is going to be surprising 𝐴𝐵𝐴 too much because, again, Western G picked up more or less the same lineup that they did in the first round. So certainly this is now 𝐴𝐵𝐴's kind of chance now to really make up for that the first round of the series here. So in any case, Aurelion Sol joining up together with Watts to try to keep the push going against Yasuo. Oh, just another going to get spotted here by the 𝐷𝐼star, but there's not going to be any follow-ups coming in quite yet. Beyond be a little bit low, but he's still going to try to bring the chase here. Tries to make a couple hits onto just another. The turret's quite low, so 𝐷𝼢star is going to try to dive anyway. Gets a stun. Just another jumps in front of him. Yunbi, can he get a kill though? Yes, he does. He gets the kill onto Orianna. Tries to pull back. Gets a little bit stun and gets away scot-free. What the heck is this?
That was clutch by just another, man. Gets in, gets out, and gets paid in an instant. But that will even up the everything on the board. 7-7 right now as Fiora goes down at the top. It would have been blue side who is in the lead, but with the Fiora dying, things are pretty even. Still a 1K to 2K gold lead by the Western G right here. Rift Herald is going to be spawned on the bottom, and again, it is 𝐴𝐵𝐴 right here on time. Pretty punctual right here, 𝐴𝐵𝐴, but this time 𝐴𝐵𝐴, I mean, Western G is going to try to steal, but it is going to be 𝐴𝐵𝐴 who gets this. Bottom turret is taking a pounding from the Rift Herald right here. Oh no, Jarvan 4 is going to go down with the Amumu, and they get the Fiora too. That is 3 champions going down on 𝐴𝐵𝐴 side and none on Western G. Western G coming on top on this fight, and that turret is going to be their reward from that fight. 9 minutes in.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, 𝐓𝐵's lineup is good enough for these fights, but the fact is the pushing is just so much faster for Western G. Look at the net worth now. 6K, I think, is the net difference between the two teams right now. And Western G in the lead here thanks to those few kills. And now having already taken 3 turrets and still looking for some more. Recall is going to be coming through for Corky, so they're going to be regrouping a little bit because the Baron might be coming up soon and they really want to be ready to try to meet 𝐓𝐵 for this fight. In the meantime, though, 𝐴𝐵uMu continuing to try his best here to farm up as best as he can up ahead, but 𝐓𝐵 really needs to try to find some more initiative here because despite the fact that they are keeping these fights well up to this point, that one take there by Western G might just tip the balance a little bit in the red team's favor.
All right. The one way to know, well, to know definitely who is in control of this game is look at the warding game right now. Look at the wards right now of the red side. Western G have full control of the river. They have a few wards that are deep in the forest right now at the top side, and that tells you who is in control right here. There is no forward ward at all from the blue side, meaning they are not really able to control this game. They are scared on getting out of their jungler, even of their jungle even, and they cannot go aggressive. And usually in this game, the aggressor really gets rewarded more in Wild Rift.
Yeah, definitely, and you can tell like Western G just love their aggression, right? Even from the earlier rounds in this tournament here, they've shown that aggression and domination is the name of the game here for this Indonesian team, and now they have full control over where the Baron is. 𝐓𝐵 not really daring to try to step into the river yet, not knowing where exactly Western G will be attacking from. So Western G now staying in front of that Baron pit, just scanning around, trying to see if they can scout anyone for 𝐓𝐵. They just found just another. They get to jump straight onto him. They want to try to get the kill, but that's going to force just another to full peel back there, and that's opened up a little bit of space here for them to try to continue a mid lane push. And the thing is, they're not quite going for the Baron yet. They still want to try to find a pick up at least onto 𝐓𝐵's side to really seal the deal for them on their end. In the meantime, though, 𝐓𝐵 regrouping. They're going to try to go for a bottom push because Yasuo is now split pushing the bottom here while all the attention is really being paid to his Baron pit. Now Western G jumping onto that. UMB going to try his best to stay alive here. Muex gets a nice little stun. That's going to be a kill there for sure, but they can try to find a little bit more here onto 𝐓𝐵. Renisol now jumping into the fray, but still not able to find the trades that they need here. Muex still able to stay alive, but the thing is, health is looking very, very low here for Western G. Yasuo now joins into the fray, tries to find some extra scraps here to eat up, but 𝐓𝐵, they've already pulled back. There's no sense of them trying to overcommit here because they are able to prevent Western G from taking this Baron.
BUNB, I thought BUNB was gonna die earlier with the reckless invade right here in the jungle at the top. It was 𝐴𝐵uMu who initiated early in that fight. That was a very good initiation. They just couldn't complete the kill. Orianna with the clutch stasis right there to survive, and the cavalry was at the right place at the right time to help her out, and that turned out to be okay for red side, but they should avoid those kinds of entries in the future. As the Baron is being taken right here, it is gonna be a free Baron because 𝐴𝐵uMu is just spawning, doesn't have the ultimate. 𝐴𝐵uMu could not really do that much in that fight from that point on. They have the numbers already, but the skills are not there. They're on cooldown, and red team has almost all their ults, and it would have been catastrophic for blue if they went for the steal for the Baron right there. They end up giving it out. Let's see what 𝐴𝐽𝑣 and the team on the Western G side will be. What kind of damage are they going to be able to do with this Baron?
And take the Mountain Drake as well. So very squarely, Western G can be said to have quite a lot of control over this round now because they're making 𝐓𝐵 fight on their terms. And the fact is that 𝐓𝐵 really starting to run out of options here on how to counteract Western G. They're bleeding very, very hard in terms of their economy now because it's practically 8K net worth difference between the two of them. It's already a 3-kill lead for Western G, and pretty much they can just roam around the map with impunity, especially given that 𝐓𝐵 doesn't have a lot of information to work with. They've lost virtually all of their towers here, save for maybe the top one, but the mid one should get knocked over just by a little blow here if Western G decides to commit to this push. But 𝐓𝐵 still trying to best to defend. We got Watts trying his best here to keep keep this lane pushed out, but still the 𝐓𝐿 is going to be having a tough time here to actually push as fast as the Yasuo or the Corki, because they've already taken down that top turret, which actually had way more health compared to that mid turret. So in any case, things are not looking good here for 𝐓𝐿, because now they're completely contained within their corner of the map. 𝐓𝐿 has absolute impunity to just roam around and make sure that 𝐓𝐿 is not able to find any ground at all to stake their claim in this match.
I think there's going to be a fight in the bottom. The exit of Fiora was cut, but Fiora was still able to find an opening to get out. Now it is going to be the inhibitor turrets left in this game on the blue side of 𝐓𝐿 Esports, though we're able to burn down the Baron buff. Good defense by them. Definitely still they will have to do this at this part of the game. This will be their opening, because if ever Western G gets another win for a fight right here, that is going to be the next Baron for them. That should be GG. So this is 𝐓𝐿's time. This should be the point that they will try to get back into this game. But how are they gonna do it? They don't have map control right now. They're slowly trying to regain control of the map. But look at that. They know where ARP of Insanity here. Insanity here is red team because of their wards. There's gonna be a fight at the top. There is gonna be Yasuo alone right here. This is gonna be very risky for Yasuo. Sends out his ultimate, but Yasuo is gonna go down. This is looking good for 𝐓𝐿 right now. But at the top, Amumu will try to escape right here, but Amumu's J just gets popped. He will survive for a T with bit, but it is inevitable. Amumu goes down 8-12 on the board. That is 1-for-1 exchange as of the moment, but still it is Western G on top of this game.
I'm not sure whether losing an Amumu just to take a Yasuo is actually a good deal, especially now that Baron is just spawned up. Looks like Western G will go ahead and take that Baron here, but switching their attention here, they realize that most of 𝐓𝐿 are starting to mount up for a defense here of the Baron. And they just trying to keep themselves at arm's length here from the Baron, ready for the strike. Looks like they're going to be jumping straight in here. 𝐸𝐿 trying to roll his way through. Can he get some stuns done? There's already one that's been taken down here for the side of Western G. And 𝐓𝐿 needs to try to find some more though, because it's only just traded for just one kill. The thing is, a double kill will be coming through from 𝐓𝐿, so they might just be able to do it here if they can find a kill onto Yasuo. 𝐸𝐿 now getting completely stunned and completely pushed out of the way, out of the picture here, as 𝐓𝐿 now wins this fight right in front of Baron Pit, and they should be able to take him without too much resistance here, because Western G are only just coming out of the fountain, and they just like that, 𝐓𝐿 might have just found a possible pathway towards a comeback. They just need to be able to make the landing stick.
All right, let's see if ever Captain Biro will be able to take the steal right here. No, Captain Biro is not going to go for it. Will go in. I don't know why he did that, but he is in trouble right now. Captain Biro is going to hit the Cataclysm and is going to be sorted down by blue team. 𝐓𝐿 Esports, are we going to be able to see a comeback here? Once again, we will know later on, but it is 𝐓𝐿 getting the Baron and evening the board. 13-13, 17 minutes in.
Yeah, this 𝐓𝐿 now really needs to work hard here, because it's going to be quite a mountain to climb here in terms of net worth, but at least they're starting to come back kills. At least their heroes are starting to come online, and this is really good news here for the blue team, because they are really fighting for their survival right now in this bracket. Because if Western G rolls over them, they're going to be able to. They got it. Like, Western G stole the Dread Dragon from just under their noses, and 𝐓𝐿 now trying to get some revenge done here, but they still aren't able to get enough kills. They only just traded Aurelion Soul for just one. They lost Amumu. Jarvis is going to be able to pick up a kill. They're just trading back and forth here, but it looks like Western G comes out looking a lot stronger here compared to the blue team. And with that said, I think this is going to be the cue now for Western G to continue this push, because 𝐸𝐿 is not quite done yet. He gets another one onto the 𝐓𝐿, and that could be the death knell now. There's no defenders here on the map at all for 𝐓𝐿, and the door is just wide open for Western G to walk straight in. Tier 3 turret will be taken down, and now it's only the Nexus left here. Western G just focusing it down. They're going to burst it. They're going to be taking it, and they win this edition of the Challenger Odyssey.
All right, just when you thought that 𝐓𝐿 was going to stage a comeback once again, The dragon right under their noses got stolen. That basically knocked off the winds off their sails. And that point on, it was GG. Good job by Western G, the Indonesians, getting the better half of this exchange. They are your Challenger Odyssey champions, and they will sleep tonight with a fatter wallet.
I love it.
With them.
Oh man, I love that. I love that. That's such a good joke. But yeah, I mean, I was rooting quite hard actually for 𝐓𝐵A because I know that these guys, they really don't give up no matter what the situation. Just unfortunate that they had to face off a team as strong as Western G. Let's check out the post-game stats right now and see if we can glean a lot more about why exactly was Western G so strong. Look at that, BNB just absolutely killing it as the Oriana, literally and figuratively speaking. But I think like special mention has definitely got to go to Yasuo, because the fact that he was able to keep those lanes pushed out so well, that just added so much pressure here to 𝐓𝐵A that I think it was just a matter of time before all those turrets was going to get pushed down, just because of how strong Yoba got towards that end game.
Right, true. Again, at the start of the game, I said the 𝐓𝐴𝐿𝐴𝐿 will have to try to connect the stun during takes, and that was really what happened during the Baron take when they were able to take the Baron fight. Musketeer was able to hit 2 champions, I believe so. We're going to be seeing that in the replay in a bit, but that was really the key of 𝐓𝐵A into winning the fight. But it only connected once, and during that one time they were able to win the team fight. During the other fights, none. It didn't connect, and that was trouble for them.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. It's like when you can't really get your skills to land properly. I mean, no matter what kind of picks you have, it's just not gonna work out. So
True.
In any case, let's go ahead and check out the highlights, because that is up ready. Let's see if we can try to glean a lot more about how exactly Western G was able to take this game from 𝐓𝐵A.
All right, that was the first blood right there. Amumu going down. Ezreal's ultimate should come in here and get the kill. This is a very lucky 𝐸𝐸𝐾𝐸 to survive that. But yeah, very clutch shield right there. But 𝐸𝐸𝐾𝐸, there it is, 2-1. This is an initiate. Jarvan 4 is going to be focused on next, but no, Alistar will fall down with the ultimate of the Amumu. I want to wait for the Baron take right there. This is a very good kill on the 𝐓𝐴𝐿𝐴𝐿 for Western G to get back into this game. This was the fight right here earlier. We weren't able to see really the take. Oh no, this is still early in the game, right?
Yeah,
No,
this is Rift Herald.
this is still Rift Herald. So this isn't the fight that I was trying to look at as of the moment.
Don't worry, that fight will be coming out soon. But you can see, like, even in these early fights here, it seemed like 𝐓𝐵A was at least able to trade off well against Western G, and they kept things at a really good balance, you know, throughout these first 7 to 10 minutes. So this actually, it looked like for a while there that 𝐓𝐵A was actually going to be able to do it.
This was good.
Yeah, and this was a really good play here by just another. Such a clutch one, especially on a support Jarvan 4, which again is such a niche pick, right? But he really played that fight there to perfection. So this was another Drake fight going on here on the bottom lane, and just another, unfortunately, was the only straggler from 𝐓𝐵A left over by them. But 𝐓𝐵A lost quite a bit of people in that fight, and that actually that's where you start to see that Western G was climbing back up.
I think this is the fight right here.
Yeah.
𝐓𝐴𝐿𝐴𝐿. Oh.
We want to see like what exactly happened here. So. Was it?
Not yet.
Not yet. I think that was a little bit later on. So this thing, there's been so many fights going on all around here, and the thing is that Western G managed to find much better fights by this point here, especially like Amumu really was just completely beside himself, I think, after getting taken down like that there. I mean, there was just too much for him to bear. Is this the fight that we're talking about here? Looks like,
but we did see the entrance of the 𝐓𝐴𝐿𝐴𝐿 right there. But yeah, this was the fight right here. 𝐓𝐴𝐿𝐴𝐿 initiated that fight very good. He survived with the stasis right there, but that was the fight for them because of the 𝐓𝐴𝐿𝐴𝐿 entrance right there. More of those would have given 𝐓𝐴 the win, but I only saw one of that entrance right there.
Yeah, but I think the trouble is, like, even by this point, like, this is like probably the timing that 𝐓𝐵A was waiting for, and Western G was like already had 6 towers already pushed down. Then this was the take onto the Elder Cloud Dragon. This was such a decisive fight, I think, for Western G because they were able to not only take on a Repa, but they also managed to take the Drake as well. So that just made sure that there was not much defense left over from a Repa once they were just done and over with on that push. So that pretty much allowed Yasuo to have the initiative, go in ahead, take out the Ezreal, and ensure that he picked up that ace here. So like I said, if it just wasn't for the fact that the Orianna was a lot more stronger in terms of stats, I think certainly this Yasuo could have been MVP on this round because such an impactful player this Yoba is.
Right. Definitely. So what a fight by Western G. Congratulations once again. Hopefully we see you in future tournaments. This is definitely a team you need to be watching and following. We have our eyes on you. Hopefully you come back stronger also for Arepa Esports.
Yeah, so well done again. Congratulations to Western G, the Indonesian team. Before we go, just like to give one last shout out to our sponsors here because this edition of the Challenger Odyssey is brought to you by IRL Asia, who are a multi-tainment channel that deals with gaming, music, education, live shows, and so much more. They are doing this tournament in conjunction with Homie, who are a tenant management company, so go ahead and check them out. The event is also sponsored by Inch Theory, the design and build company that does redesigns for your house, and this event is also co-sponsored by 𝐓𝐸 and KaxX. 𝐓𝐸 being the fruit tea company and KaxX being the one-stop payment solution for chat commerce. So on that note, I think this is the end of today's edition of Challenger Odyssey, but don't worry guys, we'll be back again tomorrow because we still have Wild Rift tournaments going on throughout the week. So if you do want to sign up, the sign-ups registrations are open here at www.irl.asia. So go ahead, check it out, sign up, and we'll be seeing you guys in the next stream. So my name is Victor Kax, joining me here is Leoric, and it's been a pleasure casting with you here today, man.
Yeah, man, me too. The pleasure's all mine, man.
Yeah, so on that note, thank you all so much. Wish you all at home good night and have a nice day up ahead. See ya.
Good night and good fight.
Yay.
Welcome to Wild Rift. The enemy team has slain the dragon. Rampage. You are unstoppable.